Hello everybody, I'm Stellar Eclipse and welcome back to the channel. Today we are making a tier list on Tier Maker for all the different mobs in the game. This isn't the typical video that I would usually make on my channel, so I'm really excited to try something new and this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm not exactly sure what I'm really categorizing this by. It's definitely not by difficulty, kind of how I like the mobs in general and how they make Minecraft in a way. So this is going to be really excited. I have all of the different mobs laid out here and let's not waste any time and get right into it. So as you can see here, I have laid out different categories: S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, E tier, and F tier. All of them are going to be where we're going to put all the images that I've listed below. So we're starting off with the zombie here, one of the classic mobs of Minecraft. You know, it's a hostile mob, so obviously it's not exactly the most fun mob to be in survival mode, but it isn't the hardest thing either. And also it's kind of just like a classic, so you can't exactly really hate it. Like, I feel like if there were no zombies in Minecraft, it would be a bit boring in a way. So I'm not sure. It's like not my favorite mob, but it's also not my least favorite. Like, it's not a horrible mob. It's like a decent mob, I'd say. So where are we gonna put this? Now, I'm gonna change things around probably as we get through the video and more mobs start getting into the chart. But for now, I'm gonna set it at a B tier. I feel like that's fair. You know, it's not the most amazing mob. It's definitely not S tier, but it's not also F tier. So I feel like it's not a bad point to start off with. Next, we have the zombie villager. Now, this one is actually really fun because it kind of serves a purpose in a way. These ones spawn at nighttime or in dark spaces as well, just like regular zombies. I think they're less common though, if I'm not mistaken. And the thing is, these can be turned into villagers, so it's actually really helpful because for those of you who have dealt with villagers before, you know that it is insanely annoying to move villagers from one place to the other. Even if you have minecarts or something like that, it just takes such a while, and this is kind of like an easier solution if you can afford to like cure them. Essentially, this is more useful than a zombie. I don't know if zombie villagers spawn with armor or not. I don't think so. I know zombies definitely can, so they can be more dangerous in that sense, but I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna leave it at B tier, and I'm actually gonna move the zombie down to C tier for now. Next on the list, we have the wither skeleton found in a Nether fortress, and they drop the wither skulls, which you can spawn the wither with, so they do have somewhat of a purpose. Now, obviously they aren't the most pleasant mob to deal with, but they aren't the worst either, especially if you just block off the entrances, since they're just like slightly over 2 blocks, so you can easily go under them in a way. They do have a purpose, technically, so there is like a purpose for killing them. My only problem with it is that it takes so long to get the wither skulls. Unless you're really lucky, it's just the chances of dropping it isn't that high, and it's just really annoying to do it. I think I'm gonna leave it in D tier to start off with. Okay, next we have the zoglin, which is basically the overworld version of a hoglin, if I'm not mistaken. These are hostile creatures as well. Obviously not fun to deal with, but they can make the Nether an interesting place. They're not the most fun mob to slay, but they aren't like the worst either. But I don't know, I'm just not the biggest fan of hoglins, to be honest, in general. But it is slightly cooler than the regular hoglin just because of design. So maybe D tier, I'll put it in for now. Now here's our first boss, the wither. This is a really fun one, and I personally enjoyed it. I recently defeated it for the first time, actually, like a few weeks ago, and I liked the battle a lot. It was like kind of challenging, but it wasn't too hard either. What's interesting about this one is that the wither actually is harder in Bedrock, and I've never tried it on Bedrock Edition, despite that being the version of the game I played for like 5 years. So it's like gives a different kind of difficulty depending the version you play. And this one actually gives you things once you defeat it. So if it attacks another mob, you get the wither roses, and you get a Nether star once you complete the battle. Now, Nether stars can be really useful when you want to make a beacon, or if you're like that crazy builder on a hardcore world or whatever and you want to like decorate with it and kill the wither a million times, that's also fun. But I really like this mob. Is it the best mob? Probably not, but I really enjoyed it a lot. I'm gonna put it in A tier. I think it's actually a really cool mob. So here we have the witch. You know, it's not a bad mob. I'm not actually sure if this is an original mob or like one of the earlier ones, but there definitely have been a lot of updates since it. The witch can be annoying in the sense that it shoots potions at you, so that's like kind of annoying if you're up close to it, but if you shoot it from a distance, it's barely like any difficulty whatsoever, so I don't know. Like, it's one of like the classic ones, I would say, so maybe C tier. I think I'm just gonna keep it there with the zombie. I feel like that's fair ranking. Vindicator. So this is one of the variants of the pillagers, and this one can be found in raids, woodland mansions. I'm not sure if they can be found at the outpost or not, but they definitely can be found elsewhere. This one actually can hurt a lot, like especially since it has an iron axe. Like, it does a lot of damage, but like from far it's not that dangerous at all. So it's definitely a challenging mob. Like, not the most challenging, like Wither level challenging, but it's definitely more harder than a zombie or a witch, which I do appreciate. And I think it's a pretty cool mob, especially if you're attacking them in the raids or whatever. I'm gonna give it a B tier. I think that's a pretty fair place to put it. Okay, this is what? I think these are called strays, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. There's so many variants of skeletons now. This isn't the original skeleton, so I don't want to put it as high because I feel like the original ones is kind of like the key idea of Minecraft once again. These ones I think are found in the snow biomes, if I'm not mistaken, and they do arrows of slowness. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. It's like, it's not the coolest mob ever, but it's like not bad at the same time. But I don't know. I just feel like we already have skeletons, so like I'm not that big on it. The other thing is I also just don't go in snow biomes that often, so I've rarely seen this, but it's not bad. I guess maybe D tier for now. Okay, slimes. I actually really like this one a lot. Like, they're not dangerous whatsoever, really. Like, it's not difficult to kill them. It's a really cute mob, I'll put it like that. I just think it's absolutely adorable. And I believe the smallest form of them are not hostile at all. They just jump around, and it's like really cute. They also drop slime, which can be really good for certain recipes. I remember before the leads used to need it, and that was super annoying at that time, but it can still be used for other things like sticky pistons or whatever. Like, it's not the most useful mob, but it's adorable. And I don't know, I just think like there's not many, like, not to hate on the other mobs, I guess, but like there's not many really cute hostile mobs in a way, so I'm gonna give it an A just for the cuteness and aesthetics. Skeletons. Okay, here we have another classic. Skeletons, you know, they can be fun. They're a bit annoying sometimes in the caves, but like, it's a classic, like I said. I feel like these ones are slightly more entertaining, in my opinion, than like zombies, just because they're a bit more challenging. So I'm gonna put it in B tier for that reason. Okay, shulkers. This mob I actually have never encountered in the game before. I've never raided end cities yet, so I don't know how they actually are in person, but like how I've seen it from the videos that I've watched and everything, they look kind of annoying. They make you float upwards. I know that. You do get shulkers from them, and then you can make shulker boxes, and those are really useful in Minecraft, that's for sure. Especially like with the amount of inventory we receive in the game, they definitely like boost that in a sense, so they are helpful. Since I haven't like actually seen it in person, I don't know how well I can judge this. I can't tell. I really have not experienced this. I'm gonna put it in C tier for now, but we might change that later. Pillagers. Okay, I'm gonna receive a lot of hate on this, but F tier. I'm sorry, I'm putting it there. You may be wondering, I literally put the Vindicator so much higher than the Pillagers, but I have a good reason for this. And for those of you who have watched my Let's Play world, that one episode where Pillagers constantly attacked me, you guys would know that I cannot stand these things. Okay, hear me out. Imagine, like, you know, you're on a nice survival world, in a nice safe place, you've lit your base up, you've covered the caves, you're just like, you know, doing some nice, like, I don't know, terraforming or like gathering some crops, chopping trees, and then suddenly in front of you, that appears. Like, I don't know, I think the thing that gets me the most in Minecraft is just unexpected situations. It's just like, you're doing something nice and cozy and like cutesy, and then suddenly this thing shows up out of nowhere. The overworld, like, it's supposed to be safe. I'm not going caving. I'm not in the Nether. It's not supposed to be dangerous. So that's my problem with this thing. It just comes unexpectedly. So yeah, pillagers get an F tier. If you disagree, let me know down in the comments. And yeah, let's move on with the next one. Okay, next here we have the piglin brute, which is very similar to a vindicator in a way because they both wield axes and they both come from another mob. Example, the vindicator from the pillager and the piglin brute from the piglin. So here's the piglin, but honestly, I don't know what to make of these things. I've never actually encountered them. They're from Bastions, if I'm not mistaken, and they hurt a lot. I personally am not the biggest fan of piglins either. The other thing is, without this, would the Bastions really be challenging? It's something that's kind of like essential to make it not easy. So D tier, I think I'm just gonna leave it there for now. I feel like that's not the worst ranking for it. And the piglins, oh my. Okay, this might be very controversial once more, but I'm gonna say E tier. They're not the worst thing ever, but I don't like how like specific they are, especially because they really kind of ruined my first Ender Dragon run a lot and caused me an insane amount of trouble. My story with this one is that I traded these guys a bunch of gold, like over a stack at least, and I didn't get a single fire resistant potion to use when I was attacking the blazes for the Eyes of Ender and all that stuff. So they're kind of in my bad books, you would say. I don't know what these are called, but these are the new skeletons that released with Mounds of Mayhem, if I'm not mistaken, the ones that are in the desert. So they have kind of a cool design, actually. They kind of look like a mummy in a way. They also make the desert a lot less safe, and I think these are the ones that give you the arrows of weakness. I've never encountered them either, but they look a lot more cool than the strays in my opinion, so I'm gonna put them in C tier for that reason. Oh my, phantoms. This is a tough one. The thing is, I also don't really encounter these because it's so avoidable. If you just sleep, you're fine. You don't really ever see these, which I do. I sleep like almost every night away anyways. But when you don't, they can be annoying. But like, I feel like then again, this kind of like adds something to the game. Like, it's kind of just like creates these funny moments. So it's not the worst addition, and it's pretty avoidable. So I guess I'll give it a B tier, because like it's adds some flavor to the game, and it kind of like reminds you have to sleep sometimes. Like, I don't know, just something about it, I guess. Okay, these are called husks. They also came with these skeletons, whatever these ones are called. I don't want to rank it as high as the regular zombies, so I'm gonna put it in D tier for that reason. Magma cubes. Okay, these ones are actually really similar to slimes in the way, but these are from Nether, and they are obviously slightly more dangerous, I think. I don't know, maybe I'll put them in C tier. I feel like that's fair. They also give magma cream, which is good for I forgot which potion, but it does help in the game a lot actually. Hoglins, that's gonna go E tier because I think that the Zoglins look way cooler than these ones, and it's practically the same thing. Okay, Guardians, another thing that I have not encountered in the game yet. I have not gone to an ocean monument before, and I don't know exactly how these work. They attack you, obviously they're hostile, I know that. Because I haven't encountered them, I don't know how hard they are really though. I'll just give it a D because I haven't encountered it, so I can't tell you if it's actually better or not, but we'll keep it there for now. Evokers, these, okay, I really hate these guys to be honest. They are so annoying. I learned the hard way that you should not be raiding the Woodland Mansion's second floor first, because the evokers underneath you will be attacking you and spawning more and more vexes when you are not able to reach them immediately. They're better than pillagers because like they won't spawn randomly on you. You kind of like, if you're going into a Woodland Mansion, you expect to have these. They're not as fun in my opinion as the Vindicators, but they're not horrible-ish, kind of. I don't know, I do kind of hate them, but I also don't. I think I'm gonna put them at D tier to be honest. Elder Guardian, okay, I once again have not encountered this ever, but it kind of I guess makes the ocean monument somewhat of a challenge, so we're gonna put it slightly higher than the regular Guardian at C tier. Creeper, another Minecraft classic. I feel like the game would not be Minecraft without creepers, so I have to give it somewhat of a high tier. There again, it is a hostile mob though, so can't be too high. I'm gonna put them at B tier. So next here we have the Wind Breeze. This one is found in the Trial Chambers. It's one of the newer updates, you could say, so it's like not the most essential mob ever. This one is the one that attacks you with the wind charges, so it's like a very unique design. I like that a lot. It's just very cool as a concept, but it also isn't like the most amazing mob either, so I think I'm gonna put it in C tier. I think that's just a fair ranking to give it. Oh my gosh, these guys, I really dislike this skeleton. The design is cool and all, the idea is cool, but just like battling it, it's a bit of a challenge. But like when you're overwhelmed with them, I feel like it's like a lot, so I'm gonna put it in E tier. I'm just really not the biggest fan of this one. Okay, zombie piglin. I am gonna put this in D tier just because I put the regular piglin here and they're about the same thing, just this one looks slightly cooler. Wolves. Okay, this one's a really good one. Wolves are actually really helpful because if you can create an army of them, you're pretty much unstoppable. They can be a bit annoying, especially when they're teleporting all around you if you have like so many of them, but they're just so cute. And they have new variants of wolf too, which I absolutely love. I just feel like it's like such an iconic thing. So I think I'm actually gonna put the wolf in S tier. I think that's like, I don't know, just like a really good mob, and it actually serves a purpose, and there's a lot you can do with it. So I'm gonna place it there for now. Spider. Okay, wait, is this the cave spider or is this the regular one? No, I think this one here is the cave spider. So regular spider, you know, regular mob once again. Honestly, not the biggest fan of these because they just like climb up on everything, and like when you're trying to crit them, they'll jump onto you. So, you know, I think I prefer zombies, creepers, and skeletons over this. Like, it's not like as difficult, but that's what makes it kind of just like in a way. Like, it's not a challenge and it's nothing special in my opinion, but it isn't the worst thing either. But I think I'm gonna put it in D tier. I just like don't really get the hype, I guess. Pufferfish. Okay, this one's really fun as well. It's fun, you can prank your friends with it, you know, it does poison, you can also put it in a bucket. It's really cool. I think it's kind of like iconic in a way. It's like another thing you can use in PvP, has a lot of uses. Not the most amazing thing ever, but I think it's actually a really cool idea. And it's the only one of the fishes that are actually dangerous, unless you count the axolotl. But I think I'm gonna put this one in A tier. I just think it's a really cool idea, and I love that they added this mob to the game. Polar bears. All right, here comes another unpopular opinion. I really dislike these. I don't know. It's just like, I hate the fact that like if you go near them, and they have like a baby cub with them, even if you don't attack them necessarily, they're still gonna go for you. And like, why? Just why? I'm not doing anything towards you. It's pointless to attack me. Like, the design is cute and all, but like, I don't want to put it in F tier because it's not the worst thing ever, but I'm not a big fan, I'll be honest. So E tier, I'm gonna put it in. Pandas. Okay, this one I actually really like a lot. You know, I haven't actually experimented much with pandas, but they're just so cute. I love that you can feed them cake. That's such a cool feature. It's a mob you can find in the jungles, and I think there is a brown variant too of them if I'm not mistaken. So it's not like there's just one design. Does it serve much of a purpose? Probably not. So it can't be too high in the tier list, but it does serve like, you know, the aesthetic pleasing purpose, the idea of having a pet panda. It's just like a really cool feature in my opinion. I'm going to place this in C tier. Like, not my favorite mob, but it's a cool mob in general. So, you know, it doesn't have much of a purpose. That's the only reason I'm putting it in C tier. If it had a purpose, I'd put it in B in my opinion. Okay, iron golems. This one's actually really good because they can make iron farms. You can get iron in the early game. They protect the villagers. I think that they're very useful, and they also defend the villages at nighttime, which can be helpful, especially in the early game when you're not prepared necessarily for this kind of thing. So, I don't know. It is a very useful mob in my opinion, and it had like, I think the iron farm is just the biggest thing. It's just like such an easy way to acquire iron, and you need lots of it in the game all the time because so many recipes require it as a material. I actually think I'm gonna put it in S tier, surprisingly. I just think that makes sense just for how overpowered it can be when used correctly. And here we have the foxes. These are really cute mobs. I like them a lot. I haven't encountered them too much in the game, but when I do, I just think they're so cute, and I love the snow variant. The snow variant is so adorable. Where would I put this though? Let's see. I think this is a neutral mob. It does attack you if you attack it, if I'm not mistaken. It's a cute mob. I think I'm gonna, like, I have the same idea of this as a panda, so I'm gonna put it in the C tier over there. Enderman. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, F tier. I hate these guys. I'm gonna get so much like backlash on this, but I cannot stand Endermen for the life of me. I used to be terrified of these guys, not anymore, but that doesn't excuse how annoying they are. And if you've watched my dragon fights that I've done recently, you would understand why I dislike them so much. It's like the main focus of the end is supposed to be to kill the ender dragon, not to be like waiting in a pond for endermen to come to you because they're angry at you when you don't even look at them. So I just kind of have like, I don't know, beef with these guys, I guess. I don't know, I just like really dislike them. The only good thing is that they do get ender pearls, which is pretty fun, you know. Ender pearls are kind of useful. Dolphins, oh my gosh, I just love these guys. They're so cute, and they can lead you to treasures if I'm not mistaken, or make your boat faster. They don't have the best purpose, but they actually do like a few things. So I think I'm gonna categorize this just a bit higher than the fox and the panda, in B tier. Drowns. Okay, to be honest, I don't really have a big problem with drowns. They don't really attack you unless they have a trident or like if it's nighttime, so they're not that much of a threat, to be honest, and sometimes they can give you like nautilus shells or items if they're holding it. I'm gonna put it just slightly above the zombie in B tier. Bees, this is one of my favorite mobs in the entire game, and for those of you who've been watching my Interstellar SMP series, you would know that I am the queen bee on that server, so you can tell that I like this mob a lot. I think it's so cute, like has little big eyes, it can give you honey, and honey can be used for like a lot of different things, so it is a really useful mob. I would love to put it in S tier, but I feel like that's like almost a bit much. Like I don't, as much as I love it, that'd be very biased opinion, so I'm going to put it in A tier just because of my favoritism here, but it is genuinely useful. You can get honeycomb, you can get honeycomb blocks, honey bottles, and they're absolutely adorable. Just look at that face. It's just so cute. I can't. It's just like adorable. Okay, llamas. These ones are actually interesting because you can get a lot of different design options by putting different carpets on them, and I think they're really adorable. So I don't want to put them too high either because they're not that useful. So I think I'm going to put them at a steady C tier. Cave spiders. These are like the exact same thing as regular spiders, but they are found in caves and they attack you with poison. In my opinion, if anything, they're just a bit more annoying, so E tier. Silverfish. I don't like this one, to be honest. I feel like the only thing it does is take you by surprise, and they're just like really small and like squirmy, so I don't know. I'm just like, I feel like if this didn't exist, no one would really care or notice, so that's the only reason I'm gonna give this F tier. I just feel like, you know, it's not the most essential thing. It's kind of just there. I don't really care about it that much. Zombie horse. This one, if I'm not mistaken, was actually recently added as available to be in survival, if I'm not mistaken. I could be completely wrong, but it's a really cool design. I have no idea how you even get this horse though, to be honest. Maybe like somewhere at D tier I'll put it, just because I don't know much about it, but it does look really cool. Wandering traders. Okay, these guys do have purpose. You can trade with them, but honestly, the variety of different things they sell is random each time, so it's only really useful like in the early game, and afterwards, once you've acquired everything, you have villagers set up, you know where all your biomes are around you, it's kind of pointless. I don't want to rank it too high either. Probably C tier. It's just okay. No really big strong opinion on it. Villagers. These guys are so OP. S tier. Absolutely. You can like, you know, get so much from these guys. If you just grind at them, you don't even have to go caving. You can get like some armor smiths, some weapon smiths, get some enchanting books. Like, you can pretty much do anything within a village. Tropical fish. These ones I love a lot. Do they serve any purpose? Absolutely not, but they're adorable, and there's so many variants. I forgot how many there are, but I know there's like a lot, like so many that it takes forever for you to get 2 of the same thing if you spawn it in creative. It doesn't have purpose, but I really like it. Probably don't like it as much as the bee, and the bee has a purpose, so I'm gonna put it at B tier just because aesthetics and all, and I just love how cute they can be. Turtles. Okay, these ones are fun. I love turtles. They're cute, and the baby turtles are absolutely adorable as well. These ones usually are found on like beaches or like where there's sand or water. It's really cute, but I don't know if it has that much of a purpose, so I think I'm gonna keep it at C tier. Tadpoles. They're basically the smaller version of the frog, so they're not that really useful until they grow up, but they are adorables. I'll give them that. It's not the best mob, but like frogs afterwards when they grow up can be really cute, so I'm gonna give it a D tier. Squids. I have never seen a mob go onto the surface and perish more than this. I'm telling you, every single time I pass by a river, I see them going on the surface and struggling to get back in the water. So they're a bit silly that way, but you get ink sacs. Those are really helpful, especially for books. I think I'm gonna put this in C tier. Nothing special about it, really. Snow golems. Oh, these are cute. I love these guys. They are adorable, and I believe that they will attack mobs around them as well if they're hostile. So they do have a purpose. I really think they're really fun. I'm gonna put them in B tier for that reason. I just like how they look, and you know, they're a unique mob. My skelly horses. These are quite the mob. They've both traumatized me and enlightened me because they are just like so cool looking. I'll give them a fair B tier, you know. I'll give it to them. They're really cool. Very useful mob. I love sheep so much, especially pink sheep and baby sheep. They're just so cute. and you get wool from them, which can be used to make bed. You know, when you're going in the ancient city, you're gonna need a lot of wool as well. They have a lot of like purpose, and you can easily gather their materials without having to slay them, which I absolutely appreciate. So I'm gonna give them an A tier. I like them a lot, to be honest. Salmon, they're not very useful. I'll give them that. Like, I guess I'll give them, I don't know, D tier. I just don't see the big hype on it, especially when there's so many better options for food in the game. Let's see, pigs. I'll be honest, I don't really interact with these mobs that often. I feel like just the reason of their existence is a bit pointless. Like, you have cows, which you can get better meat from, and they give leather. You have chickens, you get the eggs from. You get wool. These guys, they give exactly the same thing as a cow, pretty much. Like, they give pork chops instead, obviously, but I feel like if you already have, what is it, beef, I think that the cows give, there's no point of having pigs, in my opinion. So I just feel like it's like kind of eh, but it is one of the classics. Once again, let's be honest, pigs are cute. Look at their adorable little noses. So I'll give it a C tier. I'm just like, they're just all right, in my opinion. Parrots. I'm very neutral about these because I absolutely love them and hate them at the same time. If you ever had a pet parrot, you would know that they mimic everything. And like, imagine they mimic like a sound of a creeper and then you think there's a creeper exploding behind you. It's just like a lot. So, but they do really adorable dances when you have a music disc, which is cute, and they fly around and there's different colors. So let's put them in a B tier just because they're adorable. All right, rabbits give you rabbit feet. I don't know what you can do with those, I'll be honest. I've never actually tried it, so I don't know what they do, but they are cute. And there's a bunch of different variants. They are speedy though, so they are hard to catch. I'll give them a C tier as well. I just don't know enough about them. Okay, mules. I actually did not know that this was a thing until I made this tier chart. I could be wrong, but they're supposed to be a combination of a donkey and a horse when they have a child. So I don't know. I just feel like the idea of it is a bit pointless. So I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'm gonna put it in E tier. Ravengers. Okay, this is really funny because I absolutely hate pillagers, but I love Ravengers. I think they're so cool and they make raids more challenging. Without them, I feel like it would be just almost a bit boring. I do appreciate the challenge that they bring, and I'm gonna put them in B tier for that reason. Okay, I was about to call these cheetahs, but no, these are ocelots. You can find these in the jungles, I believe. They're, I think, just another variant of cats, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know too much about them either, but they are adorable. I don't know if I like them as much as cats though, but I think I will put them at, I don't know, maybe C tier. I just, like, they're cute, but they're not the best. Moo blooms. Okay, I love these guys so much. They're adorable. They're extremely rare too, so if you find one, you're quite lucky. And look at them. They just have little mushrooms. You can shear the mushrooms off, and if lightning strikes them, you get the brown version of it, and I just think the whole idea is really cool. So I'm gonna put it in A tier. Horses are just so fun. You can put saddles, you can put armor on them, you know, you can befriend them. I just love everything about them, and especially in the early game when you don't have elytras or anything, this is like basically your mode of transportation if you want to go faster. So I think I'm gonna put them in A tier. Glow squid. Okay, glow squid, another really controversial opinion, but I really dislike these guys. I don't want to be too harsh, so maybe not F tier, but definitely E tier, and I have a reason for it. For those of you who love the moo bloom, you would agree on me with this. We could have had that. Just like cute little cow could have matched the mushroom. It was just so perfect, and we are taking that chance away from us. Glowing, yes, can be helpful, you know, but all you can really put it on is signs, really. And like glow squids itself, they spawn underground in like caves, so like you barely ever see them unless you're caving, or if you somehow find a way to bring it to the surface, but it's extremely hard because you can't like really transport them that easily. I don't know, I just like, I think the moo bloom was really the biggest thing for me. I just really wanted that mob in the game. It's so cute. Frogs, pretty cool mobs, I'll be honest. A few variants, and they give you frog lights, so that's really cool, and I love the frog lights. They're so amazing. I'm gonna put them in C tier. I feel like that's fair. Cows. These guys are awesome. They do so much for us. You can get leather, which you can use for a lot of different things. Item frames, leather armor, and you can get milk from them, so you can cure your effects, which is also awesome, and they give you beef. So they're really cool. I'm going to put them in B tier just because I have the mushroom in A tier, and I like the mushroom just a bit more than the actual cow just because of the aesthetics. Donkeys. I'll be honest, not the biggest fans of donkeys. We have horses for a reason, so this is kind of pointless, but it's not as pointless as the mules, so D tier. cods. What is the difference between cods and salmon aside from their looks and the item they drop? Like, it's just fish in the end. I don't really have a preference for cod or salmon. They're the same thing to me, so D tier. Oh, I love the cats so much. They're so cute. There's so many variants. You can put collars on them. I am gonna put this in E tier. I think that's fair because I put the ocelot in C tier, but I like the cats slightly more. Chickens. Oh, I love the chickens, especially the new baby update for the chickens. They look so cute. These little like tiny little creatures. If any of you have seen like the things that people have made with the popcorn machine, I just found that absolutely hilarious. It's so creative. I love chickens so much. They're just so iconic. I have to put them in like, I have to put them in A tier, I think. That's just amazing. I love this. Camel. I've never encountered this thing in the game, to be honest. I know that it's, once again, not the most amazing mode of transportation, but they're pretty cool. You know, they make the desert more full. I don't know if this is like something I would like typically go for. It's not bad though, so I'm gonna put in C tier. I don't have a strong opinion on bats, to be honest. They are kind of helpful in the deep dark, in my opinion. If you accidentally spawn a warden and the bat's flying around, the warden's gonna go after the bat, so it kind of saves you in a way. But like, I don't know. I'm not just so crazy about them. They're just okay. I'm gonna put them in D tier. Oh my gosh, yes, axolotls. I love these guys so much. They're so cool, and I love that there's the like super rare blue axolotl that's almost impossible to find in survival. It's just so cool, and they are hunters as well. Like they hunt salmon. I don't know if they hunt cods. They definitely hunt salmons though. So I don't know, I just think they're really adorable. I'm gonna put it in A tier. Goats, goats, goats. These ones give the goat horns. Some of them sound horrible, while some of them are actually very pleasant. These guys are on top of like high mountains and stuff. You'll find them typically. I think they're pretty cool. You know, it was a nice addition to the game. And I do like the fact that it brings more music in, so maybe B tier. Armadillo. To this day, I have no idea what these guys do aside from looking adorable. I haven't interacted too much with them either, but they are cute. I think I'm gonna put them in C tier. More dangerous version of the camel. I'm gonna put that in D tier. Have not encountered it, but sounds scary in my opinion. Ooh, what are these guys called? I think they're striders if I'm not mistaken. These are the ones you can ride in the Nether, which are cool. You know, they're kind of useful. I haven't encountered them too much once again, but I feel like there's so many better modes of transportation. This is just like, once again, early game stuff. I don't have like much of an opinion on it, to be honest, so I'll put them in C tier for now. Hey everyone, this is Editing Stella here. I realized I just made a huge mistake. Please forgive me for completely attacking the sniffer here. I was really convinced that it was in the same mob vote as the penguin, but turns out it is not. I don't know how I messed that up. So yeah, you can just watch me hate a bit on the sniffer. Sorry for that again, and let's get on with the video. Another very unpopular opinion. I'm gonna get canceled over this, but I really do not like sniffers, guys. And this is, again, a very biased opinion because we could have had penguins, guys. For those of you who don't know, penguin is actually one of my favorite animals. I love them so much, and I was so excited when we had the option to have them in the game, and I'm so disappointed that we got the sniffer instead. Like, don't get me wrong, the sniffer is cute and all, but it's like, I don't know, I feel like we could have lived without it in a way. I'm just like not the biggest fan. I just really wanted the penguin. I had my heart set on that. I don't want to put in F tier because it is kind of cool looking though, so E tier. Not a big fan at all. Okay, this one I have not encountered in the game yet. This was recently added, the Nautilus. I love that it gives a purpose to the Nautilus shell and that it allows you to ride underwater. That's really cool in my opinion. Where would I put this though, since I have not encountered it? I don't know, but its use is very cool. I feel like it kind of makes, you know, the potions of water breathing a bit useless now. Like, if you have this, who's gonna take those potions? So, C tier? I think that's fair. Oh my gosh, yes, allays. I was so happy. This is like probably the only mob vote that I was actually happy with. I love the allays so much. They're so cute. And I absolutely love how they fixed the vexes to match the allays. It's just so adorable. So I'm gonna say A tier. This here's the version of the Nautilus that the drowned ride. It's more deadly and dangerous, so I'm gonna put it in D tier. Have not encountered it, but this is just like approximately what I would put for it. Warden. This one I used to be terrified of, and when, like, okay, because I joined around caves and cliffs, so like right before the warden entered the game, and because I was a new player and I barely knew how to play the game at this point, I was so upset that they added this thing and made caves so much more scarier. But now, honestly, I love that this is in the game. Like, I think the fact that, you know, they spawn underneath mountains typically helps. So like if you're not around a mountain, you're pretty much like safe, you could say. And they're really cool. I love the idea of it. It's very unique and it's really cool, like the structures that spawn. I think that I'm going to give this, actually I'm gonna give it an S tier. I think it's just such a cool idea. I used to hate this so much, but I love how it's been able to change my mind since then. It's really cool. Happy ghasts. This one I don't like. And I'll tell you why, because they are so annoying. Like every 5 seconds they make like whatever mob sound they make, and it's just so frustrating. Like I have one on Interstellar, actually. You haven't seen him probably, but the reason you haven't seen him is because I've pushed him all the way to the corner of my kingdom because I don't want to hear that guy. It's just so frustrating to me. I'm gonna put an E tier. I'm just not the biggest fan, but like I do like the idea of it. Endermite, I'm sorry, but F tier. I think this is one of the most useless mobs of the game. They just spawn occasionally when you throw an ender pearl. They're not that big of a threat. They're just a bit annoying to like hit. I just feel like even, once again, if this was not in the game, no one would notice. Okay, creaking, I'll be honest, I have not encountered these either because I've made sure not to stay in the Pale Oak Forest when it's nighttime. The idea that you have to stare at these guys, I don't like at all. They're cool looking though, but there again, if I don't like the Enderman, I doubt I'm gonna like these anymore. I'm going to put them in F tier for now. We might come back and change that though. Ghasts, absolutely one of the most annoying mobs to deal with in the Nether. But there again, would the Nether really be the Nether without Ghast shooting you? Probably not. So, I don't know. Probably D tier. Oh my gosh, copper golems, yes. I love these guys so much. They're adorable. I was so disappointed like that we couldn't have both the Allay and the copper golems, so I'm so glad it was brought back in. You can put them in cute little statues. They organize your chests. It's such an adorable idea. I love it so much. I'm gonna put this in A tier. Okay, I really dislike blazes. You know, they're really annoying, especially like if it's your first time to the Nether and you're not sure how to deal with them yet. They hit like really hard. They just put you on fire, and unless you have like a fire resistant potion, it's kind of like difficult, especially on the first try. So, but they do give you the blaze rods, which you need for the Eyes of Ender. It's kind of a key element of the game. So like, I'm gonna put it in C tier. They definitely are a challenge. It just can be a bit frustrating at times. Ender Dragon, I'm sorry. S tier, this doesn't require explanation. This is just the boss of the game. Like, is it the hardest thing now? Probably not, but it's like the key element. It's one of the, like, you know, things that Minecraft is known for, the Ender Dragon fight. Okay, we've reached the end of the list with the Vex. This is a very interesting mob. I know you can find them in woodland mansions with the evokers. Aside from that, I have no idea how else do you encounter them. They are adorable, but they hurt a lot and they're so annoying to hit. Plus they go through walls, so that does not help whatsoever. But I do appreciate their existence in the game, and I think it would be a lot less challenging without it, so C tier. Okay, I've taken a look at the list, and there's only one thing I'd like to swap out here, which is the Enderman. I'm just gonna move it to E tier, because I think I'm being a bit harsh on it. You know, Enderman is one of the classics of Minecraft, and even though they drive me insane, like, it is an Enderman. Technically, they're not hostile unless you look at them, so I feel like I'll just put it just a bit higher. But yeah, here is the final look of the list. It is definitely interesting to see how everything looks in a chart like this. And I honestly had a lot of fun categorizing all these different mobs. I think it's so cool just to see everything in a chart. And like comparing to when I started the game, there's so much that have changed. Like the sniffer wasn't there before. We didn't have Allays, copper golems. It's just so interesting to see how much the game has developed. And I cannot wait to see what new mobs are added in the future. But yeah, that brings us to the end of the video. I had a lot of fun doing this, and I hope that maybe in the future we can do something like this again. Please comment down below if you agree or disagree, if you have any opinions on my opinions, and I guess I will see you all on the next one. Goodbye!